Okay, let's give it a minute to load here. Going to go ahead and share the live. Oh, I can't share it within TikTok through this. Okay, I have an idea. All right, so let me switch real quick. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another one of our Blue Moon events. We are having Blue Moon events all day long. We started out with our amazing wellness whisperer, Tracy of Flourish with Tracy, this morning at 8 a.m. for some chat about Rawgust, about going raw, and about overall wellness. By the way, a reminder, she has her ebook available on her website. That's flourishwithtracy.com. And then we had our little Bhakti Bites, mini self-care sessions this morning, and a little bit of chat about the energy of this moon and how to align with it through mindfulness practice. So here we are with our Billy, our Lady of the Lute in Lamaskar. As you may have heard it mentioned, we have minted our own cryptocurrency for our Sangha, for our community. So Billy is here to tell you what that means, what that is, and I even get to learn a little bit today as the crypto world, but it's super exciting, and it means a lot for our present community as well as the future of our community. So over to you, Billy.
All right, thanks, Steve. So yeah, Lamaskar has its very own cryptocurrency. You may hear it called a social token. That's the big buzzword. Like if you see that anywhere, you hear about a social token because that's all the rage in crypto these days. That's what our is Llama, all capital. And so really, but I thought about it quite a bit. Really, it's what all magic means is that there's basically an imaginary computer living in the internet that's self-sufficient through crypto magic that keeps track of all this for us. It's like a big spreadsheet that's like official and legitimate, so that our Llama loot is every bit as real as like Bitcoins, or if those are real, let's say as like dollars or anything else. So there's a lot of like, I just want to call it like crypto magic, backing it up and making it real for us and for anyone else, because there's like science and stuff to prove it. But what's really fun, if you ask me, is what this means for us as a herd, as a community. This is a token. This is, I was thinking about it like an arcade token. I don't know if any of y'all are old enough, you remember tokens in an arcade. They said really big on them, has no monetary value, but you can use it for any game in the place. And that is basically what this is. This is our token for our community that we use to hold value. So we can trade them amongst ourselves. We can, just really use them to basically like our own money. Like we're our own little country, and that's our currency. And it's good within the borders of Lamaskar. And then we are completely free to do whatever we want with it. We're not tied down to any financial garbage. We don't have to worry about like interest rates or any of that crap. It's just our token, our value. It's a way to show that our community means something and has value, like to help quantify what we sometimes think of as an energy exchange. We can really use it that way. And then since it is a standard cryptocurrency, going forward in the future, I hope if these take off, other communities might set up their own, and then we could actually set up like trade agreements, if you will, and we could find ways that our llama token maybe could trade with their own social tokens if there's other mindfulness communities that end up doing the same thing. But right now, as far as I know, we're like on the cutting edge. I don't think there's anyone else in yoga, mindfulness, who's really using it the way we're going to. So I'm really excited. It is our own way of holding value. It gets us away from like dirty dollars. We got cool llama loot. And that's all I had to say on it. We are going to be doing some other fun things with it. And I was going to maybe try something in the gamey space. What you got for us, Dee?
Hopping back in here. Hold on just a sec.
You're muted.
All right, hopping back in here. Okay, so let me switch the tech around here. Okay, so yeah, we are. So Billy is our Lady of the Loot. Thank you so much, Billy, for explaining that. It's super, super exciting the way that what we're doing now is riding the wave of what we are going to be doing in the future and what a lot of people collectively where we are headed. So that's really exciting. And the way that we are integrating this llama loot with our community is through, as you've heard me say many times, we are gamifying our community and our membership space. So I am not a huge gamer, so I had to borrow our Discord dragon Chase to help me quantify exactly how to explain it. So we're basically creating an open world mindfulness RPG. So I hope you understand what that is. I kind of understand. So games like Skyrim, Breath of the Wild, Minecraft, where you have this open space that you can explore and earn different things, craft different things, reach different levels within that space. That is how we are integrating our cryptocurrency, our llama loot, with that kind of interactive game. And the really amazing thing about this is it's not just an arbitrary game where you're doing arbitrary things. This is a game where you are essentially, you can liken it to getting out of the Matrix. I can't share too many details of it because it's super, super exciting. And we really want to roll it out as this one big punch pack. But that's essentially the game. That it's a game that's supporting you in your daily mindfulness practices, not one that punishes you for not accomplishing, but one that uses the model of increasing your personal awareness, self-development, working to reach enlightenment or samadhi and things like that, where you will earn tokens and points and levels for doing these things and for coming into the community and pointing out where you've done these things. So escape room vibes, Megan? Yeah, kind of. For those of you who are familiar with the allegory of the cave, we were talking about it a little bit like this. The allegory of the cave goes essentially, there is the bottom, the back of the cave where people are basically stuck in the matrix, in the illusion. They see shadows on the walls. They are chained to that position, and they do not know anything else but the shadows and the back of the cave. And just like the experience of waking up out of the matrix, right? You start to realize that the shadows are not all they are cracked up to be, all we were taught they were, and that you're actually sort of bound to this position until you start to try to look around. And then progressively we move out of the cave by getting ourselves out of those chains, out of that illusion, and begin the journey towards enlightenment, towards samadhi, towards coming out of the cave. And there is so much that we can do along that process. Sometimes it's hard to tell where to start. So what better way to help you develop these practices, to help you know where to start, to help you pick these different areas where you want to start, rather than following a prescribed checklist of things to do. We are opening it up so that it's like, again, an open world. So you can go in whatever direction suits you. If you want to spend more time with mindfulness, with meditation practices, if you want to spend time with mantras, if you want to do asanas, if you want to work on satya, if you pretty much anything else in the realm of developing your awareness, working towards that path of self-development, those are all going to be integrated within a game. And again, our cryptocurrency is woven into that. So as you play, you will earn cryptocurrency. And not only do we develop that, right, we gain value, our crypto gains value by the way that we use it, but it also, you can also use the cryptocurrency to do things like pay for your monthly membership in the Sangha, buy one-on-one coaching sessions, and other things like that. You can even gift your crypto to somebody else. You can gift your membership in that way to somebody else. So it works within the model, the cooperative model of our community, the community style model of what we're doing. So it's really exciting. It is cutting edge, and we're really looking forward to rolling it out. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. And thank you, Billy, Our Lady of the Lute. Was there anything else that you wanted to share?
I think you covered it. I kind of forgot to mention that. I got like a little excited, but yeah, just how this is something we are going to be able to use it to buy memberships, like you said, to get the services that we offer. No, and that's about it. I will, be trying to do some of these talks, maybe on all of our Lunar Llamas events, and just let you guys know what's going on, what new stuff we've come up with, and how you can new ways to use the Llama Loop as we roll them out.
Cool. Yeah, I think regular updates would be a really great thing as we progress through building this, putting this together. Oh, we've got a friend in the chat. Crypto, you won't do it? Why not? Why not, my friend? Tell me well, Billy, do you want to talk about how crypto is compared to fiat money, compared to gold standard, compared to?
I don't know what your reason is for not wanting to do crypto. This is basically, it's kind of it's an analog. We're using it in the same way as people use money in an economy. It's just, instead of those fiat currencies like dollars or anything else from a country, those really only have value because the country says it does and all the people believe in it. And so I guess our idea is we can do the same thing. We have a token, we call it Llama Loot, and if we as a community believe in it and value it, then it will have the value that we give it. And then the crypto part is really just the implementation. That's just the fancy computers that run it and keep track of it to let us do accounting with it. Everything else about it, all the actual value comes from what we do as a community.
Yeah.
And we're not actually tying it into any dollar exchanges. So it's not something that investors can buy and speculate on. It's the only value it has is what it has in Lamaskar. And like I said, if we can someday forge an agreement with another community doing something similar, we could expand its reach that way. But it's based on the value we give it and the belief we have in our community. And that's what's really cool, is it's us coming together to say, hey, this matters, we matter, we as a community have this much worth. And then we can trade it around that way. And,
So what I understand too is that this cryptocurrency, our Llama Loot, is minted on the Ethereum blockchain, right? Did I use the right words? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know how technical to get with that.
So
give a little more of the kind of high level how it works.
Because there is also a piece of it where yes, our value is within our community. And then as we expand to other communities and as we trade it on the Ethereum blockchain, that it can eventually earn a real world not real world, but outside of our community value. That's my understanding. Is that correct?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So our loot does exist on the Ethereum blockchain. And so, like I said, that is something that, like, that's it's like it's a database, basically. It's this database that exists out on the internet, and it's not housed on any one computer. It's kind of distributed over anyone who wants to run one of those. And if you've ever heard about crypto mining, all the people who are doing that, they are running the computers that support that make that blockchain exist. And then that blockchain is what runs it's called like a virtual computer, the Ethereum virtual machine. So it's this computer that's not physically real, like it doesn't actually exist anywhere. It's just sort of bubbling on the internet, existing because a whole bunch of individual computers are doing cryptographic math to agree on the same truth. And so they bring that into existence.
So
and that is the crypto part of it. And that imaginary, but very not physical, but real computer is what computes and keeps track of all the tallies.
okay. So question then. What is this that we're building with our llama loot? How does that compare to something like Bitcoin that we can trade for dollar value? How did that happen to Bitcoin? Did Bitcoin start the same? Can you kind of...
Okay, so Bitcoin it runs on the same idea where there's a whole bunch of computers supporting it, but it was designed to be related to like dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Right out of the gate, it was set up to be traded that way.
Okay.
Ours is not that way by default. The llama loot is just a token. So there's some qualities there. Like there's a limited quantity of them. There can't be any more. So it's not like we can just inflating it and coming up with more and more and more. Even though they're on the internet, they're set up in a way so that if I have a certain amount and I give them to you, D, I can't just make an edit and take them back. That gets recorded in the general ledger on the blockchain, and then it is that way.
Okay.
The only way I can get them back is if you give them back to me.
Okay.
So that part's the same. If we were going to have them have a direct dollar value, we'd actually have to list them on a decentralized finance currency exchange.
Nice.
And then we could set up some sort of trade where people could buy and do all that. But that kind of opens us up to the investors and the speculators.
Right.
And, so that's something, I don't know if that, that's something, I don't know that we want to do that.
Okay, hold on. We've got a couple of questions. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm getting behind on the questions. Billy mentions that it takes a lot of energy to process crypto. And I don't know, my name says, how many people are using it? Because millions of people use regular money. It seems like a waste. Megan responded with something about gas fees and how we are using it in Discord versus gaining the gas fees externally. But yeah.
So that was a concern. I used to be really worried about the energy consumption of crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons that ours is minted on Ethereum, because that is actually less intensive than the original Bitcoin, which is the OG cryptocurrency most people have heard of.
Uh-huh.
That one uses a process called proof of work, is the technological term, and that is very energy intensive.
And when you say energy intensive, you literally mean a pull from the grid, computers working, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so that was the original spec. So that one is kind of inefficient. And since then, our darling nerds on this planet have come up with better ways.
Nice.
So Ethereum uses something different called proof of stake. And it lets the computers do a lot less work to achieve the same result, which means we're actually not burning up as much electricity.
And that electricity is burnt only if we are transferring it outside of Discord, of our community space, right? When we're doing it inside,
Right.
it's not.
Yeah. We've actually got a couple different spaces we're going to have it in LLAMA to transfer it around. We loaded a bunch of it into our Discord server. That's where we're going to be doing a lot of the game parts of it. And then that we can move around a lot more easily. It's not going to be expending as much of the crypto energy. And then there's also a separate website that we're going to be using, I think mostly for our teachers, so they'll be hearing more about it, where we can move it around that way. And that also takes it out of the heavy lifting crypto space.
Nice.
So
Okay.
it does use a little bit less energy. What was the other one? Somebody asking how many people are using it?
Yes. I don't know. My name asks how many people are using it. And then she also asks, is this going to be like BitConnect and OneCoin? Because, yeah, like BitConnect and OneCoin. I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with those specifically. But what I can tell you is, I don't know, how many members do we have in LLAMA right now?
180.
180? So I'd say roughly up to 180 people are going to be using LLAMA right now. And, so it's really those 180 people, those teachers and students, those community members, those are the ones using it. And I guess it's not going to be like those other coins that you mentioned. Because it's not trying to replace money for anyone. It's really trying to quantify our energy exchanges within the herd, within LLAMA, so that, we can let people earn a membership so that they don't, if they don't want to pay for it, if they don't have financial resources, but they can contribute something, instead of volunteering. We can give you, basically a job of some sort that, pays in LLAMA. And then you can use that to pay for your membership.
Perfect. So that's what, I don't know, my name just asked, what's the purpose? And there you go. So can we talk a little bit about maybe what that looks like as far as why we minted it, why we're using it, why we're creating the RPG, as well as the Alpaca Avengers membership and stuff. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I guess when we got this thing going, we realized that not everybody, we want to have a community that's valuable. So we wanted to charge for it. But we don't want to exclude people just because they're broke, because everybody needs to be mindful, even people without money. So, we wanted to allow people to pay for their membership in other ways, non-monetary ways, because we all have a lot to contribute. Being here, showing up on this call, asking these questions that really, get our brains going. I don't know your name either, but thank you for asking and, helping bring some value to this conversation. So, that's part of the idea, is a way to reward that so that we can take these other non-monetary ways that people contribute to the community. Engaging in classes, engaging in discussion forums, helping to moderate any lives that we're doing. Anything that we would need people to do as a community that I feel like often are, sort of unpaid volunteer jobs. That's something where we want to come in and be able to use our social token, our cryptocurrency, to show people that matters, to show that there is a value to that, and, give that to them, and then have them able to use that in the community they earn. So that way people who don't have money can earn their way in, can have their mindfulness practice, can get some life coaching, and not be hung up on the fact that their job doesn't pay enough?
I know that, the lot of us llamas really do love our llama scar community and whatnot and the things that we're doing. So we're a little biased, but I have to say that this is probably my favorite part of our community because there are so many places you can go and join a community for X amount per month. There are even coaches you can go find, and some of them have, flexible sliding scales and whatnot. But as somebody who comes from a place of service, I never wanted a dollar sign to be the lock on the gate, that turned people away who genuinely wanted to be part of the community, who wanted to engage in the practices, who wanted to learn and grow together. And because honestly, what is the dollar bill? That is your ticket to mindfulness, to samadhi or enlightenment or wherever it is you're headed, or even just a little bit of inner peace. Like, the dollar bill doesn't actually get you those things. It's how much you interact with and engage with the practices. So creating the community like this with this, so it's called our Alpaca Avengers membership. You can find it right now on our front page, guys. So if any of you are not members, I don't know my name. This is a friend of mine, by the way. I don't know my name is a friend of mine. So you need to come join because I've been bugging you to come join for a while. Get your butt over here. And for those of you who are not members yet, please come join. Go to llamascar.com. If you want to pay for our standard membership, it's $33 a month. If you want to pay for our upgraded membership for $45 a month, that gets you a one-on-one coaching session as well as all the other benefits. Great. Those are fantastic ways to value the community. Also, we have our Alpaca Avengers membership, where if you don't want to or you cannot contribute that dollar amount, then you can come in and contribute your time and your energy. And again, you get rewarded for doing things that are good for you. I'm so excited about this whole RPG open world thing. We are modeling it after the 8 limbs of yoga, along with the allegory of the cave and escaping the matrix. Like, this thing, I don't like video games and I want to play. I can't wait for this to be done because I want to play. I want a video game, an RPG game that reminds me to meditate, that rewards me for doing asanas on my mat, that rewards me for showing up to class, for supporting my community members, for encouraging other people in my community, for showing up for my teachers. Like, all of the ways, that these positive ways that we show up for ourselves, even practicing things like honesty or working on forgiveness or working on gentleness or working on whatever it is that you're working on. All of these things you are rewarded for within Lamaskar because of this cryptocurrency and because of the RPG game that we're developing. And to me, it goes, if I had this 10 years ago, I'd probably be doing a lot better, damn it. Okay, let me catch up here on some comments. Okay, good. I don't know, my name says it makes so much sense now. Megan, we're a little messy, but we have fun. That's the whole point, my friends, is that this thing is not always easy, right? This thing is not always put together. We don't always show up perfectly, perfect. So come be your authentic self, come be messy, come be beautiful, and be rewarded for showing up for yourself. And I was thinking today when I was talking to our Discord dragon, Chase, about how instead of punishing people or paying back or losing something when you don't show up for your practices or don't show up for your class, we talked about rewarding people for showing up just to express, I didn't do any mindfulness yesterday, or I was trying to practice honesty this week and I fucking got caught in a lie today, damn it. Like, just showing up as you are authentically and having a safe space, a community to share that with, is so much of the magic in Lamaskar. Hey, Eric, how are you? Eric says it's worth every dollar you invest. And here's the thing too. There's this idea out there that we shouldn't be giving anything away for free, right? That there should be some kind of exchange. And There's a really big money mindset crowd that says that exchange needs to have a dollar sign on it. And that doesn't always work for everybody. I really believe that the value, again, why we're doing the cryptocurrency is because the value is in the energy we are giving to the community, whether it's in a dollar bill, whether it's in showing up to class, whether it's in, becoming an accountability buddy for one of your other llamas in Lama Scar who needs some support. Like, there are so many ways that we contribute energy and create value and show that we value and our gratitude towards this space, towards the teachers, toward the community members. It's really, really beautiful. Sorry, I don't know my name says all you'd ever hear is me crying. You don't want me in a video chat. Yes, we do, baby. Show up messy. That's what we have. So we have weekly coaching sessions that are group coaching sessions. If you want to come in and need to cry, come in and have a fucking cry, and we're going to hold space for you. We don't expect you to show up perfectly put together. And if what you need is somebody to hold space, show up. That's what we're here for. That's what we're doing. And if you're playing the game and earning cryptocurrency and you're doing your alpaca membership and you're like, dude, I really need a one-on-one session. I don't want to do the group thing. I want one-on-one. Turn in your cryptocurrency. Turn in your llama loot, and you can get, I charge for coaching. Megan charges for coaching. We charge for coaching externally, right? We have other coaches in-house too, or private yoga teachers or private breathwork. Like, we charge the dollar value. But if you're a member and you're using the llama loot, you can purchase these things with llama loot, with our own cryptocurrency. Okay. We're all cut up.
Okay.
So any other questions, you guys? Anything else you want to share? Billy, this has been a really informative live. I'm just sharing the live, liking it. I'm tapping it. Is there anything else you want to share, babe?
I think I covered everything I could think of, and I don't know if nobody else has any questions. I guess that's it for now. I guess I just want to say thanks for everyone who showed up. Thanks for bringing your questions. Thanks for watching. Thanks for bringing your interest and your energy. And it's just a good reminder, that's what we want to do with it. We want to find a way to value all of that. Because I feel like there's so many spaces online. Like, there's this idea that I've always seen ever since the internet got big, that everything's supposed to be free, right? Everyone wants everything free on the internet. But people got to make that.
Yeah.
People are putting in effort. People are putting in time and energy, creatively, energetically, holding space, doing that kind of stuff. And, I guess I see this, I see our llama loot as a way to kind of fight back and say no, but everything we do is valuable.
Yeah.
We're not just playing around online. This is real though, these are real people, real connections. And just a reminder that that's what it is. It's about valuing our interactions and our time together, and making it so that it's not just Netflix and chill,
I think
there's so much more.
That is a really, really great point, because there's my llama. My llama's been hiding this whole time. I apologize. There's this concept that I came across recently or a little while ago, but it's basically, the quote was, normalize paying your friends for what they do. I feel like a lot of times when we have a friend who's a massage therapist or a carpenter or an accountant or whatever your friends do, we go, hey, friend, can I get a freebie? Hey, I'm your friend, right? Can you give me something for free? And that's not a bad thing, right? But there's a lot of value in respecting the value of the thing that your friend is already doing. It's something that I had to do in my personal career, is learn to draw that line between family, friends, and clients. And it was always hard for me to draw that line because of the dollar value, because I recognize people's positions are different, people's, situations are different and whatnot. And so for me, charging a baseline and saying, well, anybody who wants this service that I offer has to pay this baseline. At the same time, we need to value what our friends do. We need to value their expertise. We need to value each other's time and skills. And this, in this community, energy exchange, cryptocurrency, showing up for each other, sharing each other's stuff, this is how we do that. It doesn't have to be a dollar bill, but we do need to start valuing each other and stop expecting freebies from each other and find a way to offer an exchange, offer something in return, even if it's that service for service kind of thing, right? There's the idea of time banks and things like that that are out there. But this is a hi dog.
Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah. I mean, we could reframe that instead of like, hey, friend, can I get a freebie because we're friends? Like, hey, what do I have that you need?
Can I get an exchange? Hey, friend, can I get an exchange?
Hey, friend, can I get an exchange?
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely, because, like, you're going to get better results, and you're going to think more of yourself if you think about what you have to offer. So instead of begging for freebies,
yes,
right? Come armed with something to give, because we all have so much to give. And I feel like when we're in a world that only wants money, that only wants dollars for everything, if you ain't got the dollars, you start getting real down on yourself.
You start feel like you don't have value. And then there's that whole like money mindset, like we've talked about. I'm not going to poo-poo on anybody's thing. If it's working for you, it's working for you. But it never worked for me to charge what I'm worth right out the gate, because not everybody can pay $300 just to sit down for an hour one-on-one with me. Sure, that would be nice. But I also it's the people who can pay $300 may need it just as much as the people who cannot pay $300. But again, it's the value. It's recognizing the value in each other, honoring each other with that gratitude and expressing our gratitude through an exchange, through showing up, through giving something back. It's just, again, this is the future of the economy. This is where we are going collectively. The dollar bill itself, that little paper thing, is losing value very quickly. There are other countries coming up with new currency, so that and that is going to change the value of the actual dollar bill. There's a lot changing, and we need to be involved in that. And we need to be heading, in my opinion, we need to be at the forefront of that movement, so that it doesn't just jump track to another paper currency, but jumps over the fucking mountain to a value exchange that is available to everyone. You want to talk about let's not even talk about universal income, but this is a universal exchange system that everyone can engage in regardless of what they have in their pocket.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a good way to put it.
So that's what we're doing. If you want to join us, get over to lawmuscar.com, join the Alpaca Avengers membership, or our standard herd membership, or our Kea Plus membership at 4533 and energy. 4533 energy.
Oh, that's a good rhyme. I love that. 4533 or energy.
That's right. That's right. So, okay. So if we don't have any more questions, we will go ahead and sign off again. Billy, our lovely lady of the loot, thank you for so much for sharing your expertise. Thank you. I am so grateful for your time and your energy. I really appreciate you.
You too, Dee. Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty, guys. We will see you. Remember, the next event coming up is at 4:00. That's our official Blue Moon event. That's where we're going to talk about the energies of this moon, the transits, and we're going to reveal to you our Firefly Mystic, our in-house shaman. I'm super excited for you guys to meet him. So if you will show up at 4:00, that's 4:00 Pacific time, my friends, for our next event. Get an idea of what's actually happening during this moon. I'm sure you've been feeling it. There is so many retrogrades. I said to a friend earlier, we are just leaves in a really slow moving hurricane right now. So come join us at 4:00 and we'll talk more about that. Okay, my loves. Thank you so much again, and talk soon.